Welcome to the Sports Betting Top Picks and Plays. This is for the National Hockey League, the NHL. Saturday, March the 8th. My name's Abby. We got a slate of games to go over for the NHL. The games are courtesy of oddslogic.com. This has the over-under, the puck line, money line, injury report, oddslogic.com. First game you see on the board we're going to go over, Rangers at Ottawa. Ottawa favored at home. The total is 6. Since then, the total has come down to 5.5. That's what we're seeing here mainly. It's a lot of 5.5s are coming down, and the Rangers are still favored. So we're going to look into this game further. Look at the line history and then the over-under for this game to see where the public and the sharps are on. What side the public and the sharps are on. Public on the Rangers. No play on the total. Let's see here. Get another perspective. Yeah, no action on the total. Public's all over the Rangers though in this game. So look into this game further. That's New York and Ottawa. 12:30 start Eastern Standard Time this afternoon. These guys have played 2 times already. Both games in New York. Rangers won 2-1. It was under 6.5 goals. Second game, the Rangers won 5-0, and it was under 5.5. Rangers right now 6-3-1. Last 10 games, 4-6 to the under. Rangers 3-2 last 5, and they are 1-4 to the under. Ottawa 4-5 last 10, 9-1 to the over. Ottawa is 2-3 last 5 games. They are 4-1 to the over. Let's see for this game. This is the 12:30 start, the Rangers and Ottawa. Well, in this game, we know the first 2 games went under. Head to head, these 2 teams have played 3 straight unders, 3 unders in a row. And then don't forget the line went from 6.5. It opened up at 6.5. Let's get the number here. It opened up at 6. Then it dropped to 5.5. So it tells me, from my standpoint, it's telling me that in my opinion, the action I like the Rangers here more, plus the 1.5 goals. I think they stay within a goal. I'm going to stay away from the total. If I had to choose, I'd lean to the under, but I'm going to stay away from this total. I'm going to take the Rangers on the puck line. I like the puck line better, plus 1.5 goals. I like that. I like that angle a lot better. As for the Rangers and Ottawa in the nation's capital. That's game number 1. That's the Rangers game. Game number 2, we are going to look at the next game, Seattle at Philadelphia. That's the next game. So this game here, Philadelphia's favorite at home. Total's 5.5. Seattle. It's now gone to 6 across the board. So we're going to look into this game further. Look at the line history in this game. It's been pretty quiet. The public and side are pretty quiet. Nothing to report yet. Yeah, it's pretty quiet on both ends. So we'll look at the head-to-head. Seattle at Philadelphia. So this is the second meeting. The first meeting was the beginning of the season, October 17th in Seattle. Seattle won 4-3, went over the 6 goals. So Seattle overall now 3-6-1 last 10 games, 5-5 to the over/under. Seattle's lost 2 straight games. They're 1-4 last 5 games, 4-1 to the over. So they're giving up a lot of goals. Seattle. Philadelphia, 4-4 and 2 last 10 games, 5-5 to the over under. So two teams, Seattle's lost 2 straight, Philadelphia's lost 2 straight. 2-3 Philadelphia last 5 games, and both teams are 3-2 to the over. Seattle 4-1 to the over. So for me, the only way to look at this game is the over. I gotta take over 5.5. It's already going to 6. If you can get a 5.5, take the 5.5. The game starts at 12:30. The 12:30 starts. So like I said, if you can get the 5.5, get the 5.5 and bet the over. If not, you'll have to get it at 6. The over at 6. Next, I have no play on the side. I just like the over in that game, over 5.5. The next game that we're going to look at is Boston at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is the next game. This one opened up at 6. The line's at 6. Florida favored. Now we're seeing 6.5 are coming up a little bit. Some books got 6.5. And what's 6.5 are starting to pop up. It's Florida's still favored. And Florida's favored. They're the public's all over Florida. And the total's still the same. Nothing on the total. So look at this game here. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see something here. I'm sorry, but oh, I jumped ahead. I jumped ahead one game. I don't know how that happened. Sorry, folks. I jumped ahead. I said Buffalo, Florida. I should have been Boston. I made a mistake. I jumped ahead one game by mistake. So it's Buffalo. Since we're on the Buffalo game, we'll stay on the Buffalo game. We're not going to go back. We'll go on the Buffalo, Florida game. I just jumped ahead by one game. So I'll have to go back to do the Boston Tampa Bay game after. Sorry about that. So Buffalo, Florida. We'll do that one. Florida favored. Let's look at this again. 6.5 are coming up. Little by little. Buffalo, Florida. All right, so they played twice already. They played 2 times. Both games in Buffalo. First meeting in Buffalo. Buffalo favored. 5-2 Buffalo. It went over the total. Second game in Buffalo. This is October 12th. Then October 28th by month end. Another game in Buffalo. Florida this time won 5-2. It went over the total of 6. So both games have gone over. The last 2 games have gone over. This game here. Let's look at this game here. 4-5-1 last 10 games, 7-3 to the over. Buffalo's lost 5 straight games. They're 0-5 their last 5. 4-1 to the over. Florida, that's Buffalo. Florida 8-2 last 10, 4-6 to the under. Florida's won 5 straight games. Yeah, they've won 5 straight games. They are 1-4 to the under. So let's look at this one here. Let's look at this game here. This is a tricky spot for Florida because they have Boston next. They lost to Boston earlier, so this is a tricky spot for them. Very tricky spot. Buffalo's a desperate team, and Florida, they've beaten Buffalo already, and they have Boston next, like I said. So it's kind of a look-ahead spot. Let me look at a Buffalo team total. Let me look at that. I'm going to take a look at that. Let me look at the Buffalo team total. Because to me, Buffalo's not scoring more. In most of these games, they're averaging about 3 goals. in their 5-game losing streak. They scored aside from scoring 5 against Tampa Bay. Other than that, they're averaging about 2.5 goals a game. They're not really scoring much. The scoring's been really bad. So I'm going to look at a team total for Buffalo. And I'm going to take under. I like under team total, under 2.5 goals. That's the way I'm going to play this game. Buffalo team total, under 2.5 goals. I can't play this any other way but that. Under 2.5 goals. I don't think Buffalo's going to score 3 goals. In the 2 meetings that they played Florida in this year, they scored 2 goals exactly. They've scored exactly 2 goals. I'll even take it a step further. Actually, Buffalo scored 5 goals against Florida in the first meeting. Second meeting was 2 goals. But overall, I would say the last I'd say the last 6 meetings, 5 out of the 6 meetings, Buffalo has averaged about 2 goals or less. 5 out of the 6 meetings, they've averaged 2 goals or less against Florida. So I like team total under 2.5 goals. I don't think Buffalo's gonna. To me, I don't think Buffalo scores more than 2 goals against Florida. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it stays. They score under 2 goals, in my opinion. So I like the team total. I didn't want to touch this side because Florida is in a look-ahead spot against, like I mentioned before, against Boston. They lost to Boston earlier this year. They lost to these guys. So they're in the look-ahead spot right now. You lost these guys back earlier this year, back in January. So this is definitely a look-ahead spot for me. I can see this being like a 2-1 game. To me, it's like a 2-1 game. So I wouldn't talk you off. It wouldn't surprise. I wouldn't talk you off of the as well the Buffalo puck line. The Buffalo to stay within 1.5 goals. I wouldn't talk you off of that at all. To stay within 1 goal, I wouldn't talk you off of that. Because like I said, Florida they might be looking ahead to Boston in my opinion. So I wouldn't talk you off plus 1.5 Buffalo for the puck line. They're a desperate team. They lost 6 straight. Florida's in a look-at situation. But Buffalo, I still think they keep it under 2 goals. The team total's under 2 goals, so they have to basically, for them to stay within 1 goal, it has to be like a 2-1 game. It has to be a 2-1 game. In my opinion, it has to be 2-1. It's got to be a 2-1 score. Like I said, I don't see them scoring more than 2 goals. I personally don't see that. But my best play, like I said, is Buffalo team total under 2.5. That's the way I'm playing that. So for me, the next game we're gonna go back to the Boston Tampa Bay game. We'll go right back there and check that out there. Boston Tampa Bay. Boston opened up at 6 goals. The total is 6. Tampa Bay favored. It's gone down now to 5.5. We're seeing some 5.5s. It's come down to 5.5. So we're definitely going to look into this game further. That's Boston, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's getting all the public money so far as a favorite. Nothing on these total as of yet. Yeah, nothing on the total yet. It's been quiet. But Tampa's getting all the love so far at home as a favorite. Tampa Bay right now, the head-to-head, they played twice. So the first game in January, the 9th in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won 4-1. And it was under 6 goals. Second game in Boston, January 14th. That was 5 days later. Boston won 6-2. It went over 5.5. So this is the third meeting. Boston 2-6-2 last 10 games, 3-7 to the under. Boston's lost 3 in a row. They're 1-4 last 5 games, and 1-4 to the under. Tampa Bay is 9-1 last 10, 5-5 to the over/under. Tampa Bay's won 2 straight games. They're 4-1 last 5 games, 2-3 to the under. So both teams right now are playing to the under. I think they said this has gone to 5.5. Let me see. Yeah, 5.5 right now. Try and shop around for try and get the 6 quickly before it goes to 5.5, because right now some of the books are getting to 5.5. They're going to 5.5 right now. So if you like the under like myself, I'm going after the 6 before it gets to 5.5. That's my assessment for that. So this game is even. Let me see. Both teams have won once. This game's in Tampa. Boston hasn't won in Tampa Bay in so long. It's been like forever since they've won in Tampa Bay. For me in this game, I like Tampa Bay on the puck line. I like him by 1.5 goals. Tampa Bay by 1.5. I like him on the puck line here. Tampa Bay 1.5 goals. Yeah, I like that look. Tampa Bay 1.5 goals. So if you can't get, so my advice to you, if you can't get the 6, if you can't get the under 6 goals and you're seeing 5.5, I wouldn't take it at 5.5 at that point. I would leave it and instead take Tampa Bay on the puck line minus 1.5 goals. I would take that. If you're unable to get the total of 6 to the under Boston Tampa Bay, if you can't get that, don't play the under at 5.5. Instead, take Tampa Bay minus 1.5 on the puck line. That's your option. That's the other option you have. Next game to go after here, it's gonna be, we have Toronto at Colorado. Colorado favorite at home. Toronto 6.5. The 6.5 is the total. And we still see 6.5. Hasn't done anything much. Colorado favored. We'll look at the line history in this game to see what's happening. Let's see here. That's it. So that's it there. That's it for the line history. We're gonna look at the head-to-head. That's Toronto and Colorado. This is the first meeting between these two teams. 7-2-1 last 10 games. Toronto 6-4 to the over. These have lost 2 straight games. They're on a 3-game road trip. Lost 2 straight. 3-2 last 5 games. And let's see. 3-2 to the over Toronto. Colorado 7-3 last 10. 4-5-1 to the under. Colorado's won 4 straight games. All 4 at home. They're 4-1 last 5 games. 3-2 to the over. Just like the Leafs, 3-2 to the over. So the Leafs, after this, they're in Utah on Monday for Monday's game showdown. Toronto, Colorado. 6.5. For me, I'm going to stay away from the side. I'm going to take the Leafs on the puck line, plus 1.5 goals. I like Toronto here. Both teams are on winning streaks. Actually, no, Toronto's on a 2-game losing streak. They've lost 2 straight. And Colorado's won 4 straight. Yeah, I like the plus 1.5 goals. I like that angle. I think the Leafs keep this close. In Colorado, they stay within a goal. I like that. I like the plus 1.5 Toronto. I don't have anything else for this game. That's all I have. No totals, nothing for that game. Next game we're going to look at here. Montreal at Calgary. Look at the Montreal-Calgary. This one here opened up 6. Calgary favored on the puck line. We're seeing it come down now to 5.5. 5.5. And Calgary still favored. Let's see. Nothing so far, but look at the pinnacle. Actually, sorry, got the wrong game. Sorry about that. Montreal, Calgary. Sorry. Been quiet. Yeah, so the total on this side has been quiet. No action yet. So let's look at the Montreal, Calgary. Look at Montreal, Calgary. So look here. So they played once already in Montreal. That was in November 5th. It was under 6.5 goals, and Calgary won in Montreal 3-2 in overtime, but it was under 6. They flip-flop over-unders. I'd say the last 4 out of 5 games have gone under. So it looks like under here. Well, we'll look and see. Montreal 6-3-1 last 10 games, 6-4 to the over. Montreal, they had won 5 straight. Their 5-game winning streak came to an end, so they're 4-1 last 5 games. 2-3 to the under. That's Montreal. Calgary 3-4-3 last 10 games, 2-7-1 to the under. Calgary 1-4 last 5 games. 2-3 to, let me see something. 1-4 to the under. So both teams are playing to the under. This is interesting. First meeting went under. Just look at it here. I would take the under in this game. I know it's gone from the 6 to the 5.5, but I believe this is gonna stay there. It stays under the total. I think it's gonna. I'm gonna take a chance and take under 5.5 goals. I think it stays under that. I don't see anything else to this game. That's probably the best move for this game, is to take the under. Sides, puck line, nothing available. Next game. Let's look here. St. Louis and LA. That's the next game. St. Louis and LA. So this one here, open up at 5.5. LA's favored on the money line. Still 5.5 right now. We'll look into this further. Nothing there. Yeah, so no action on the over/under. No action on the sides yet. Kind of early. That's St. Louis at home versus. LA at home versus St. Louis. Excuse me. So look into this further. And we'll take a look at this game at St. Louis and LA, Los Angeles. Let's look at this one here. That's St. Louis and St. Louis and LA. Let's see. That's a night game tonight. I know they played before. Yeah, they played twice already. Yeah, I remember. First game was in St. Louis, 4-1. St. Louis at home, they won. It was under 5.5. Second game in LA, 3-2. St. Louis won again in a shootout, under 5.5. This series, they have gone 3 straight unders in this series. So we'll look into this further. Let me look at the. Let me see something here. Yeah, the only way to play this game for me, I got to play the under 5.5. I don't see anything changing in this game. I see me look at this a little bit deeper. I didn't look too deep into this one. Hold on. Yeah, let me look into. I didn't look into the head-to-head. My apologies. Let me look at the head-to-head. St. Louis 7-2 last 10 games, 6-4 to the over. 4-1 last 5 games. St. Louis 3-2 to the over. LA, they've lost 5 straight games, 0-5, and 2-3 to the under. 2-3 to the under. 3-2 to the over. Head to head, these they've gone 3 straight unders. Yeah, I'm gonna bet the under here. Like I said, under 5.5 for me. That's St. Louis. Under. I have nothing on the side or anything. Just as like that play. That's it. Next game to look at for hockey. Just one moment. Yeah, so the next game we're going to look at is Chicago at Nashville. This one opened up at 6, the total. And Nashville favorite on the money line. And right now we're seeing 6.5. So we'll look into this game for sure. We see no action so far. It's been pretty dead. No action. No action in that game at all. Let's see. Yeah, it's been pretty dead. Nothing there. Guess it's kind of early for that action. At Chicago, Nashville. We'll look into this game ourselves here. This one here, they've already played 3 times already. This is the fourth and final meeting. First game was in Chicago, 3-2. Nashville, under 6 goals. Second game in Nashville, 3-2 in a shootout. Nashville won. It was under 6. Third game. The second game was January 16th. Third game, February 7th, last month in Chicago. Chicago returned the favor and won at home 6-2. It was over 6 goals. So we'll look into this game further. Let's see, Chicago, Nashville. Chicago last 10 games, 4-1-1 last 10. 8-1-1 to the over. Chicago 3-2 last 5 games. And 5-0 to the over Chicago. Nashville, 5-5 last 10, 5-5 to the over-under. Nashville's won 2 straight. They're 3-2 last 5 games. And are 3-2 to the over. Yeah, so I like here. My position on this game is, I know the first 2 games had gone under, then I went over recently in the last game. But I'm gonna take let me see. I think it's at 5.5 or 6. Let me see. I know it's moved around. It's at 6 now, 6.5. Let me see here. Yeah, for me, for this game, I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna lean to the under. This is good. I'm gonna lean to the under. I'll take the under in this game. I have nothing else, just the under. I have nothing else on this game. That's it for this one. Next game we're gonna look at. It's gonna be, let's see here. St. Louis versus San Jose. That's the next one we're gonna talk about. St. Louis versus Tampa Bay. So St. Louis versus Tampa Bay. Let's see. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Islanders. Excuse me. The Islanders. Oh, what am I saying? Sorry. Oh gosh. Islanders versus San Jose. Excuse me. Islanders versus San Jose. Yeah, Islanders versus San Jose. So we're gonna look at this game here. Total is 6.5. Or sorry, total's at 6. San Jose, and Islanders favored on the road. We did see a 6.5 pop up in 3 books. It's come up. So yeah, we see that there. We're gonna look at the look at this game further. Now, the public does like the over in this game, over 6.5. But nothing on the side. But they like the over for the hockey. Nothing on the total. That's San Jose and the Islanders. So I guess we're gonna look into this game further. Let's see. So they played their first meeting early this year in New York, Long Island. 4-1 Islanders was under 5.5 against San Jose. Okay, so the Islanders here, last 10, 4-6, last 10, 6-4 to the over. 3-2 last 5 games Islanders, and are 2-3 to the under. San Jose, 2-5-3 last 10 games, 6-4 to the over. San Jose, 2-3 to the 2-3 last 5 games, and 4-1 to the over. That's San Jose. Islanders, 2-3 to the under. So both teams playing in opposite directions. Let me see. Islanders have won the last 2 in this series. They've won the last 2 games. Let me see something. Yeah, let me see something here. I'll probably look at it. I'll probably take a look at a team total. I already gave one out already. For Buffalo, gave a team total for Buffalo already. So we're gonna look here for a team total for this game. Let me see if anything stands up for this team total. Something that I like. Yeah, nothing on the team total. Yeah. I mean, if I had to play this game, because I got to make a pick here. Let's see. If I had to make a pick. I would just take the Islanders on the money line. That's it. Islanders to win the game. That's my best play. Islanders to win the game. I'll take the money line. Islanders on the money line. That's the way I would go for that game. The next game we're gonna look at, this is the final game on the NHL card. The last game is gonna be Dallas Edmonton. You saved the best for last, I guess. So Dallas Edmonton. This one opened up at 6.5 total. Edmonton obviously favored. Still at 6.5. Nothing's really moved. Not that much anyway. Let's see. Superbook. Nothing there either. So we're going to look into this. I believe they played already. They played already. We'll look into this further. Dallas, San Jose. Dallas, Edmonton. First meeting was way back in October, beginning of the year. It was in Dallas. Dallas won 4-1. It went under 6.5 goals. These two teams have played 3 times to the under. Dallas right now 7-2 last 10 games, 7-2-1 last 10 games, 8-2 to the over. Let's see, Dallas has won 4 straight games, but all those games were at home. They've won home games at home, and they are 4-1 to the over. That's Dallas. Edmonton, 4-6 last 10, 6-4 to the over. Edmonton 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. So Edmonton playing to the under. Dallas is playing to the over. So look into this game further. Dallas, Dallas, Edmonton. That's 4-1. Last 3 meetings under. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take for this game. I'm going to take the under in this game. The last 3 meetings have gone under. I'm going to take under 6.5 goals. That's Dallas, Edmonton. All right, so that's it for the NHL League card. My name's Abby. Whether you're fade or follow, I still hope you cash your tickets, hit some winners. I just basically choose the games that I see fit and how I see best and what I like. Again, whatever you do, I hope you hit a winner and cash big today for the NHL. I hope you cash big and hit some big ones, hit some winners. Speaking of winners, hit the like and subscribe button so you can provide more picks and plays and some winners for you for the totals for the NHL, the puck line. We gave out a few puck line picks already, and the money line play. I think we gave out 1 money line play in this game. So hit the like and subscribe button for all the good stuff that I just mentioned to you. And once again, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Until next time, peace.